Hello, welcome to today's lesson. So in today's lesson, I'm going to introduce you to Microsoft Excel, which is a spreadsheet program. So in simple terms, I can define a spreadsheet as an electronic file that can do calculations. Okay, so we have various spreadsheet programs that are available for use. However, Microsoft Excel is the one that stands out. It is the most used spreadsheet program. Okay, so at this point, let me take you through the process of opening Microsoft Excel. So we have the search box here. So you can type the name Excel in the search box, and if Microsoft Excel is not appearing on the list here, you are going to see the icon. Okay, so when you type the name Excel there, Microsoft Excel will come on the list here, and you can simply click on the icon there, and then the program will do what? Will open. Okay, so alternatively, we can come here on the taskbar. Okay, if the program is pinned on the taskbar, you can simply click on the icon there to start the program. So like in my case here, I have Microsoft Excel pinned on the taskbar. So to open Microsoft Excel, I'll simply click on the icon on the taskbar, and then Microsoft Excel will open. So when you open Microsoft Excel, it displays a number of templates that you can use depending on what you want to do. Okay, so as you can see here, we have blank workbook, we have personal monthly budget, we have billing statement, we have blood pressure tracker, and so forth. Okay, there are many more templates that Microsoft Excel offers. Okay, these are not the only ones. Some of them you can access them online. Okay, but for beginners, we are going to open a blank workbook. So you click there. Okay, so before you enter the world of Microsoft Excel, there are some concepts that you are supposed to be familiar with. There are some concepts that you are supposed to understand, okay, that will make your work easy. So let's begin with discussing these terminologies. Okay, so the first one is workbook. Okay, so a workbook is simply an electronic file that contains worksheets. Okay, so just as the name implies, workbook, and we all know a book. A book has pages. Okay, so worksheets are more like a page in a book. Okay, so a worksheet is a page in a workbook, and a workbook is an electronic file that contains worksheets. Okay, so if you check on my title bar there, you are going to see it is written book 1. Okay, and down here we can see it is written sheet 1. So this is a worksheet and this is a book. Okay, so in a book, like I said, we have pages. So this is a page in a book, and we can keep on increasing worksheets in this book 1. Okay, by simply clicking on the plus button there, and you'll be able to add as many worksheets as possible. Okay, and you can as well delete a worksheet by simply right clicking, and then you go on the delete options. Okay, I'll be able to talk about how to manipulate these tabs in one of my lessons in future. Okay, so I think that is clear. We have said a workbook is an electronic file that contains worksheets, and the worksheet is a page in the workbook. Okay, so let's now move on and look at columns and rows. Okay, if you check my screen there, I'm sure on top there you'll be able to see letters. Okay, so columns are labeled with letters. Okay, and that helps us to identify columns. Okay, so like this is column A, this is column B, this is column C. Okay, so these are what? These are columns. Okay, and this side, okay, are rows. So rows are numbered numerically. Okay, each row has a specific number, and that helps us to identify the rows as well. Okay, so I hope it is clear on the columns and the rows. So these vertical ones are columns and the horizontal ones are rows. Okay, now the next thing that I want us to talk about is a cell. So a cell is simply an intersection of the column and the row. Okay, the intersection point of a column and a row is called a cell. Okay, so like here, this cell here, it is the point at which column A and row 1 meet. Okay, so that is the cell there, and this cell here, it is the point at which column B and row 2 meet. Okay, so a cell is basically an intersection point of as an intersection of a column and a row. Now, for identification purpose, each cell has a cell address or a cell reference. Okay, so these cell addresses, okay, a cell address has a letter of the column and the row number. So it is basically a combination of the column letter and the row number. Okay, so if you look at this cell that I have here, the address of this cell is B2. Okay, the address of this cell is B2. Okay, and the address of every cell, the active cell, will be all the time displayed in the name box here. Okay, just on top of column A, you see that we have the name box there that displays the address of the active cell. Okay, so now when getting the address of the active cell, I mean the cell, that is where I want you to pay attention. We begin with the column letter and the row number. Okay, never should you start with the row number and then column letter. It is all the time column letter and then row number. So this is C1. Okay, this is D2. Okay, and all the time you see the address in the name box there, or in the address box, you see it there. Okay, so that is all about the cells. So now, a worksheet is made up of cells. As you can see, our screen is just filled up with the boxes there, which are our cells. Okay, so now we enter data in cells. Okay, now the cell that you want to use, or the cell where you want to enter some data, you need to select that cell, or you need to activate that cell by clicking on it. Okay, so the cell that you are using, it is actually the one that we call the active cell. So if I click on this cell there, B2, okay, at the moment that is the cell which is active. So whatever that I'm going to type will be in that cell. Okay, if I want to enter something in C3, then I'm supposed to select that cell there by clicking on it, and whatever that I'm going to type on the keyboard here, it will be in C2. Okay, I mean C3. So I hope that is clear on cells. Okay, so basically we are saying a cell is an intersection of the column and the row number, so that is the cell. Okay, the next concept that I want us to talk about, I want to talk about the range. So basically the range is a group of cells that are next to each other. Okay, so this can be a range. Okay, and also this can be a range. Okay, from, that is, what is the range here? It is B2 to B11. Okay, horizontally, this is also a range. Okay, B2 to F2. Now, the computer or the Microsoft Excel gets the address of the first cell, okay, to be the address of the entire range. Okay, so like here, as you can see, it is showing B2, meaning that is the address of that range. Okay, if I do this, the address for the range is what? G2, which is the address of the first cell there. Okay, so I hope we have understood. We have talked about the workbook, which is an electronic file which contains worksheets. Okay, and a worksheet is a page in a what? In a workbook. Okay, so I've said it's a page. Okay, it's more like a book with pages in a book. Okay, and we have also talked about rows and columns. We have said columns are labeled with letters. Okay, and we have also talked about rows. Okay, and we have also talked about cells, which is basically an intersection of the column and the row. Okay, and each cell here has an address, which is a combination of the column letter and the row number. Okay, this is our B. The address there is B3. Okay, which means column 3, row number 3. Okay, this one here, the address is E6, meaning column E and the row number 6. Okay, so that is how to get the address of the cell. And I want to emphasize that all the time when you are getting the address of the cell, make sure that you begin with the column letter and then followed by the row number. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so for today we are going to end here. I hope you have enjoyed. So let's meet next time. Okay, let's meet next time. So please don't forget to subscribe. So